Know of a truth that you've enjoyed the international break. There has been the ups and the lows. Life update as we gear up for the weekend's games. I know a few games that will be played. I know Liverpool will be playing Man United. City is going to be playing Everton, and in that game against City, Everton most important player who is also a City player on loan. I'm talking about no other person than Grealish. Grealish is not actually training for that match because based on the rules, a loan player to another team, of course, will not play against his parent team. So Greenish ruled out of that game, and yeah, of course, there's a lot that's going to happen. But then, the reason for this video, of course, is about the Ghanaian national team. Yes, the Ghanaian national team, and not just them, even African teams as a whole. Because as it stands now, many African teams, of course, has qualified for the World Cup. Nigeria, of course, in the process of qualifying miraculously, I must say. But countries like Ghana that have qualified, a lot of people or some players are already, of course, putting interest on coming to play for Ghana all of a sudden. Do not forget that the Ghanaian national team did not qualify for the African Nations Cup that will be played between December and January, I think, yeah. Probably because they played poorly. Same way, of course, Nigeria is almost not qualifying for the World Cup because they've been playing poorly. So the Ghanaian national team couldn't qualify, but then they played well and they qualified for the World Cup. Awesome. But then there are players who never, of course, showed interest that they wanted to play for Ghanaian national team before now. And if they had even indicated interest of playing for the Ghanaian national team before the qualifiers started, or even in the middle of the qualifiers, it would have been an easy choice. It would have been a walk in the park in a way for you to, of course, invite an average player to join the Ghanaian national team or join any team whatsoever. But when this group of players have actually toyed and then, of course, qualified their country to a major tournament, then all of a sudden you spring up from nowhere and you say you want to come play. Now, I don't have issues with that, though. I don't have, because what it does is it brings in a lot of options for everybody. The coach, we have a lot of options. There is more competitiveness for every position in the team, meaning if you're good, you need to show it and overshow it. It's just like another striker springing up from somewhere, say you want to come and play for the Nigerian national team. You must be able to beat someone like Victor Osimhen, because even if you're given the number, you will sit in the bench, except if Osimhen is injured or Osimhen is not playing an unimportant game, and then you'll be featured. So Nigeria might definitely welcome you if you have all it takes, but if you cannot sit the existing players down by your performance and your determination, then of course you will be shoved aside. So I don't see it as a big deal. Players like Huston, Odoi, NKETIAH, don't forget that NKETIAH couldn't break into the Arsenal first team. Of course, he's been in Arsenal for a couple of years and he hasn't actually proven himself because he's not a top player. And of course, Huston Odoi, the same thing. He hasn't broken into the English team as well. These are players that must have played underage football for the English FA. But at the topmost, the English FA, of course, got a lot of talented forward. Are you talking about Harry Kane? Are you talking about, what's his name now? Watkins. So there's a lot of players that could strike or play up front for the English national team. So it's not surprising for these players not to, of course, break even into that team. For example, someone like Bukayo Saka cannot, at his level now, say he wants to come and play for Nigeria. But if he dares says that, of course, Nigeria will open their door for him if he's still eligible to play to Nigeria to switch right now. They will open the door. You know why? Because Bukayo Saka is a world-class player. Bukayo Saka is a very good player. You can hardly mention up to 3, 4, 5 players in the Super Eagles that are of the same level, left alone better than Bukayo Saka. I'm telling you, he's that good. And there is a couple of other Nigerian players that plays elsewhere that you could actually mention that they want to come to the Super Eagles and Nigeria will like open the door for them to come and play. But I know the Ghanaian national team coach is not happy at the NKETIAH and Odoi and some other players indicating interest who want to play for Ghana as at this time, because these are players they've opened the door for and invited a couple of times years ago to come play for Ghana when they still had age, strength, and everything on their side. But they shoved Ghana aside and they were waiting for the English national team. And somehow they weren't able to break even and go into the team. And now they want to slide back and want to play for Ghana. If I was the coach, if you really want to switch allegiance, that you switch allegiance does not mean we must play you. So I'm going to open, of course, prepare. Do not say because people qualify for the World Cup they qualify for. They didn't qualify for free. They were paid for each match. Every win they got paid. They got exposure. They got experience. So the coach and the country gave to the players to have played and even gave them opportunity to do something great for their country, which they did. So it shouldn't be a yardstick to say because you qualified, you didn't play for free to even qualify your country. So I think the door should be open for every player to come in and prove themselves. It's going to, of course, ignite. There are players who has come this way, like in 2010 World Cup. I know the same Ghana that is a player. I can't remember his name now. He came just like this, and Ghana allowed him to come in. That guy was the person who actually propelled Ghana and helped Ghana to get to, I think, the quarterfinals of that or the knockout stages of that competition. So if the player is of good quality and the player has what it takes and the player is hungry enough, my dear, I don't see the reason why you should say, oh, do not come. No, open the door for them. Let them switch their allegiance. Let them come. And of course, play some friendlies, play some preliminary matches. And then you see if they are better off at the same level with what you have. And now you know you have options. Just like Chelsea. Chelsea keep buying players every day, every night. If you leave Chelsea, Chelsea will go to the moon and buy players. It's not because they don't have enough quality on the pitch. It's not because they don't have good squad already. But they don't know what's up. They don't know what could happen. So they need everyone available and possibly useful to the team. And that's what Chelsea is doing. So for Ghana, this is World Cup, man. Open the doors. Whoever is eligible to play, let it be an open free. Get everybody in. If you're able to pick up the shirts, then pick it. Of course, when you're doing this, you have to close your eyes to corruption. Do not collect bribe. Do not collect any nonsense. Let it be pure talent, determination, and hunger, and fight for that shirt. And then, of course, anybody who gets it, who cares? Go and represent Ghana and do Ghana proud. Because at the end of the day, Ghanaians, even the people who did, like if I'm a player and I'm not as good as whoever comes to take my shirt, I'll be glad if the person go there and represent Ghana very well and does the job better than I would have done. I should be proud because it's a national joy, it's a national pride than for me to go there and at the end of the day not perform up to what the person should have done, and at the end of the day not do as good as the country being able to do as good as it should have done or she could have done if these people were brought on board. So I would say let the camp be thrown open to every player. Come prove yourself and go represent Ghana and bring the World Cup trophy home. That's what I would say. And for the games of this weekend, I don't really have them right now. I will still do a video to talk about the games of this weekend. But yeah, at least I believe that we had no much injuries over this international break, and a lot of players also have returned back from their injury. For Man City, I know Rodri is not in training with the team, possibly still injured, but Nuri is back, and then the Egyptian guy, what's his name again, is also back from injury for Man City. And then of course, like I said earlier, Everton will not be featuring Greenish against Manchester City because he's a lone player from City and he cannot be playing against his parent club. Thank you for listening. This is Soccer VP. Love you. Like, share, follow, and share and comment and be here for more. Bye now.